Okay. See how soon this baby gets going. Here he goes. Okay. Think we're live. Hey,
Or
everybody. Isn't that weird?
are we?
Yeah. We're not quite live. We're just a few seconds, maybe 3 seconds, 4 seconds delayed,
Oh,
theoretically speaking.
all
Who would
right.
throw us a bone? They ask immediately.
Well, I did the other time where I was meowing like a cat. I thought that was funny. When Joe came out, he did a funny thing.
Pepe, Pepe Le Pew coin.
Joe was making fun of me about how red my face is. And what I said, well, I'm going to blame it on Cliff. All right. Instead of sunning my balls, which is not a good thing, I figured I'd sun my face instead.
Well, unless you're like one of those guys on Men in Black, those Balchinians,
Politician.
then your face could be red.
That's actually pretty good. To all you wonderful ladies out there, happy Mother's Day. You know, you do a
Yep.
lot out there. You maintain a lot of things. So I want to throw that out. Since we did it on Mother's Day.
Yep. Yeah, I told my wife earlier, and then she's like, "Oh, Ian and his friend want to go swimming." I was like, "Well, I got about 45 minutes. I can. All right, I'll go out there." So I took the kids swimming. Uh, Time flew by, and it's like, "Oh, my time to go back in." So the other kid's dad stayed out there to watch them. So that's good. But it's about his bedtime now anyway. So Evelyn will be getting him here in just a minute. So I saw your picture. Nice green grass. No more snow
I figured you would appreciate a different view.
here in May.
Well, you know what? Now 4 years ago in May, on Mother's Day, we got 3 feet of snow. So you just never know.
Mm.
And let's face it, the weather systems that are going on now. Hey, we've been warned enough. All right, we put the info out on that, and it's going to get crazier and crazier. It just is. What did you think of those tornadoes on the top of a mountain?
Yeah,
Oh,
what the
I
heck's up
bet you
with
a lot
that?
of people seen that one before.
Yeah,
Did you see it?
tornadoes on a mountain.
On a
Doesn't even
very
make
tippy
sense.
top.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I think that was in Colorado, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
had, a few not long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago ish. We weren't actually home at the time. My kids were, and me and Evelyn were out, and they're like, "Wow, major rainstorms happening here at the house. I think it's hailing." Like, "Oh, really?" And then they sent some pictures. I was like, "Whoa!" I mean, not the big, ones you're talking about that have happened, but pretty decent size. I'm thinking, have I ever had any hail over here yet? No, not really. And it was a pretty powerful one, and it dropped so much water. Like when I got home, the back of my house in the corner, like the property going towards the front of the house, it's sloped. It's just pretty much downhill,
Right,
and
right.
it's not a little bit. It's pretty easy to see it. And when I looked at the grass and the whole yard everywhere, I'm like, it looked like water came through here and washed everything out. I mean, like it just washed stuff away. I'm looking around like grass is gone and stuff is gone. Certain little weeds or whatever, they're gone. Big giant patches of nothing but dirt. I'm like, what the hell? It must have been one unbelievable, storm. And it was not long. My kids said, yeah, it didn't last long. And I mean, just a unbelievable amount of water. I've never seen anything like that. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, here we go.
Well, there's so much more coming. They're going to have to come up with different names for these things. But, you know, that's why I say, if you live on the side of a river, you got to have a plan B. You just have to,
Yep.
because it's just going to be freakish, right? When you think everything's normal, it's not going to be. And these things are just going to be popping up. But that's part of what's happening, you know? And that's one of the big things we're going to have to deal with. But on the brighter side of things, what I got from Spirit when they had shown me the crossing of the planets, and I took those photos, that they were going to use these types of events, okay, to straighten out what we would call being captured by certain people and entities, that they're going to use the words like, I didn't see that one coming. So, you know, just like the Mexican border, what's going on over there, I want to give heads up. I did see volcanoes popping off. Okay. So I have a funny feeling as we come into what Spirit has said to me, the summer of change, that I think we're going to see a lot of these things happening as more and more of these volcanoes will be going off everywhere. And I think poor Cliff is really going to be dealing with, you know, anybody on that West Coast, and same with us on the East Coast, is the storms will increase more and more and more. And that's because the water is going to be heated up by volcanoes everywhere popping off. It just is. But that'll be the new norm. We just got to adapt to it until these things settle in. But you know, a lot of crazy stuff is happening out there. So far, what do you think, Joe? It's only what, halfway through May?
Yeah, I
What
know.
do you think of the Mayflowers so far? Oh,
yeah, there's some
start?
doozies. I mean, we've got the Biden stuff, we've got the border crossing stuff, we've got Ukraine that just got nailed with some bombs from Russia that, you know, they're like, oh, you know, remember all those tank warheads that Russia said, look, this is, you're sending these depleted uranium munitions over here. You know, that's like, you know, that's kind of a declaration of war over here.
Yeah.
And allegedly they just took out the whole thing. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, radiation is now, you know, has spiked in the region. It's like, well, you know, what do you expect? You know, I mean, we said long ago we wouldn't encroach. The Allies wouldn't encroach, and we've gone 1,000 miles or so encroaching,
right,
in different directions. You know, so it's like at some point, you know, got to put your stupid Ukraine flag down and say, you know, what's really going on here? And again, it's an operation that has to happen. Just made to look a certain way. Trump can't be in power when it happens. You know, we've talked about this, but you know, I remember just the other day I got those dreams. I was like, you know, what's with Ed Reardon's thing about Monday, May 1st or whatever, and I had this like carpet bombing in like a square fashion. We were on the beach running away, trying to get away from it. And like the next day, I think after I got that dream, which was like the day, but maybe it was Sunday, which was right before Monday, there was a pretty major attack. I think you'd sent me something from Hal Turner that it's like, oh, look at this big old, you know, big attack. Then we had the nonsensical drone. It looked like a little toy. Like that's what they sent in over to Russia. like a toy drone. You know, it's probably, you know, and it probably, for all intents and purposes, it may have been faked. You know, just to give Russia some kind of talking point to do what they need to do, whatever. But it escalated pretty quick, and then we have this today. You know, or last night, whatever it was, today or last night, and you know, things have to happen, and you know, it's funny how the other day with the Hunter Biden stuff, you know, don't indict him before Wednesday. Yeah. We got to get some information out there, and then we've also had two positive, I guess, just, you know, turn of events. I guess I'll just say, Fulton County, Georgia. We don't want to use certain words here. 2020 election, forced to look at certain things. The higher courts, nope, you can't dismiss it for lack of standing, blah, blah, blah. Gonna have to look at it now. Oh, okay. Carrie Lake, she's gonna get her signature thing, I think, done. If that goes in her favor, bye-bye Katie Hobbs. And again, if you're a fly on the wall and you're looking at all this, you say, how could all these little things, and there's a couple others too, that like right now. So the court system in Georgia just decided all of a sudden now to say, no, you got to go back and look at this now and then rule on it. And then Katie Hobbs in Arizona, a whole different state. Oh yeah, you guys, lower court, you also have to go look at this. You have to go, you can't kick the can. You're going to have to do the signature verification. We agree on that. So it's two major things. And if both of those two things end up flipping, you know, something, then what? So there's, what are the chances that two things in two separate states related to the election would happen to at literally the same time go, yeah, you courts are going to have to rule on that. You can't just kick it out and say no. The higher court, one of the state Supreme Courts said, and then the other higher court in the other state said the same thing. So I'm still, firm believer that we're going to see what, I can't be careful with what I say, but we may have an interesting turn of events with the 2020 election. Let me just leave it at that, because you can think of all kinds of different things that might mean. What do you think?
Yeah. All right. Let's start with, when I hear stuff from politicians, as they speak, spirit talks to me, and they'll tell me, what they meant or what's truly going on. And the first thing that you brought up during this conversation was, we got to hold off till Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, we got to bring it all out. Ploy, bullshit. And the reason that they wanted to hold off on Wednesday is because they knew they were going to arrest the representative out of New York on Wednesday. So that way they will not run anything about, who, the B bunch, right? We know who the B bunch is. All right. And that's not the Brady bunch either. Okay. So that all that Wednesday thing is that had to do with trying to steal the media. So that way all the information won't come out unless you're on C-SPAN. All right. Now I want to say something to all the wonderful people I talked to in Texas and down there. I mean, I really have a lot of people down there. Is I want you to look very clearly. We all look at Texas as an incredible place, and it is. Okay. But I also want to say this is you see the problem that you're having. You see the problem around all those states that abut Mexico. I want to be very careful how I talk. Okay. All right. I don't know if any of you, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen the way our armies can deploy razor wire off of the back of a vehicle. It's really unbelievable. So where all these points of origins are, where people are coming over, if the people in charge in Texas, all right, if they were truly for you, you're telling me they could have taken the National Guard immediately and literally within hours had that whole area covered. And then let's go farther. Okay, we only got 25 or 50 people that can watch the border. Okay, hey, I know a guy that I'm talking to right now who's in Florida who actually can operate a drone and go up and down and be viewing everything that's going on. Don't throw the bullshit. Don't throw the bullshit. And I'm going to throw somebody else under the bus. What the hell? I'm here. Okay, I got to be careful how I say his name. But in baseball, oh, screw it. I'm just going to go for it. Mr. Mitt. All I'm going to call him is Mr. Mitt. Catches Mitt. All right. Oh, maybe we should build a wall now. Why? Because it's already in progress with the people coming over. The invasion is happening. You just said that because what? Right at the last second, where nothing can be changed, you can hide behind your religion, Spirit says to me, but they seek you out. That's what they say. So smile. Your day's coming. Okay. And it's sunny, baby. It's really sunny. Take a look at my moon phase. I'm telling you, it's sunny. Okay. There's so much stuff. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
You're saying Mitt, not Mitch.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Catches Mitt.
Mitt. Got it.
Okay. Who hides behind religion. All right. At the last second, what did you just say the other day? Oh, we should build the wall. Oh, yeah, sure. What? Empty, empty bullshit. Every one of those states that abut the border are allowing them to enter, and they're all part of it. bottom line. Like I said, the governors could initiate immediately the National Guard to drop razor wire. And let me tell you, will that slow people down? Slow them down instantly. Okay. They're all coming up the path. Really? I guess you don't even have to go that far with it. So literally you give the order, and within a couple of hours, you have a whole area blocked off. So I want all the people to take a look at this and take a look at the states that do abut this, and then use your own discernment of what you're dealing with here. All right. I mean, it's happening. We're all watching it. Something's going to happen here. And we talked about it before, right? With the people in the jail cell.
Yep, the sleepers, the
But
people
I've got to
sleeping
say
in the jail
this.
cell.
Yeah, I've got to say this. You know, the funny thing about that vision with the sleepers is, if you remember, it wasn't one type of a person.
Yeah, different races.
And
we're hearing about Chinese finding ways through the border. We're hearing about certainly the Spanish people from South America, but other, we'll just say really dark colored skinned people coming up there for some reason from other places.
They're coming from across the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, across the world. And like I said, in all realistic, you don't have to build a wall instantly. I mean, I've watched combat veterans drop that stuff, and it's the most amazing thing. It just spools like a fishing line, you know, and it covers the area. Okay, how many people are going to climb through that? They're just not. So I understand there's a purpose and there's a meaning to it. But I'm going to say this, you know, when I get things from the other side, or I get psychic hits on things, I feel very strongly, and I said this a long time to you, that the crossing of the planets, these waves of energy, all these things that are happening, the weather, that this will be the things that they cannot control. And this is going to be worldwide. And from the bottom of my heart, I truly believe that people have been controlling things for a very long time. How can I put it? The big boy is coming back to really straighten some things out. How's that? All right. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to see things happening. If I could put not me, if they could put a tornado on top of a highest peak of a mountain, I think they can move mountains, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, and volcanoes just blow up at the right time, or an earthquake happens just at the right time. Okay, you're dealing with a bigger force. All right. And I truly believe that change is happening. Now, we still have a half of a month to go for the May flowers. All right. And I'm really getting antsy because I know even bigger things are going to happen. So watch as we go along here and just prepare the best you can. And I know before you started the live stream earlier today, I like to look at comments, and sometimes I'll answer them. You know what I'm saying? And I did with somebody who says, you know, the $500 silver. Now, I've said many times over on JC's and when I've been with yours, and I'll say it again. Do I see $500 silver at the end of May? When I truly believe whatever happens here at the end of May is going to trigger the climb, okay, and the division of all this stuff. Silver, precious metals, everything. Do I believe it'll go up to 500 then? No, I do not. But do I believe it'll start to climb truly? Yes. All right. Where before, when I was with JC and you and Bix, you know, I said, you know, even though it was going up to 2,000, I said, they'll keep it contained. They'll knock this stuff down, and they will. But something happens at the end of May that creates a division. I don't know what it is. All I know is May's very, very big. And when they said that we're going to come into the summer of change, and they
Well,
will go ahead.
I have a thought. The debt ceiling. So
It
you're
could
saying
be.
as fast as June 1st, it could happen where they run out of the rob Peter to pay Paul thing, Janet Yellen said.
Yeah.
That'd be the perfect way to do the death of the dollar, to collapse everything, the bank freeze up, all of it. Again, under Biden. Got to happen under Biden. And
Well, yeah,
that could
they're
be it.
going
I don't know.
for it. Yeah. They're going for it. I mean, they're going, they can't stop. They've got to go for it. And they're going to do everything they can to bring in what they want to bring in. But I truly believe there's a higher order that's going to step in. Okay. And maybe they don't believe this higher order will, but they're going to. Absolutely, they're going to. So I say to everybody, keep hope in your heart, because that is the name of the game here. And understand, with what you see with your eyes, you may live in a great state that they're doing wonderful things, but are they protecting you in this manner, or are they open up the doors? Now, this stuff is also happening a little bit north of me. They're coming over the border from the Canadian side. So, oh well. I'll smile. It is what it is. I have a lot of faith in things that are just far beyond our understanding. And like I said, if they can put a tornado on the top of a mountain, has anybody ever seen that one? It's virtually impossible.
I know that was just that was
When I
just
saw the
nuts.
photo, I fell off. I said, look at this. Whoever took that shot. I said, oh my goodness, that is unbelievable. But that also tells you that these storms and geological thing, remember what I said, that I felt very strongly on this May scenario. I felt sadness, didn't see it coming, caught off guard. There's one thing after, I was very emotional of what I could feel other people were feeling. Okay. And that these things are going to be happening. What is that?
I don't know. It's like this little white.
Wait.
Rusty,
Is that
it's
a
not.
mole?
It's not a pimple yet.
What?
Boom.
Is that a mole?
It's like a piece of skin, like a little tough piece of skin. I can feel it.
Have you trained it to talk yet?
Yeah. Howdy-ho, everybody.
Holy moly.
Moly. Maybe if I'm just swimming real quick. I don't know. I mean, of course, I've been swimming almost every day with Ian, and I just noticed this white
Joe,
thing.
it's growing.
It's a crusty skin.
It's growing.
It's got its own. It has its own life force.
Hey, how do you feel? Thousands of people are looking at it now.
Yeah, it's just for That's just for all you guys. A little bonus.
Exactly. We'll try to make it
Special
real.
guest. There's three of us here. You guys didn't know? Come on, guys.
Oh my goodness gracious. So somebody wanted me to throw a bone. I got to throw a bone. So on Pepe, I tried to give you guys a warning that I instantly saw another drop with it. All right. So it did. All right. I didn't know it was going to happen that quickly, but I'm going to tell you this. Can you make money on it? Yep, you can. But you cannot be greedy. Okay. As you get these little pops of 35%, take your freaking profit, hang loose. Okay. Let the sucker drop back down. So it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. If you're not greedy, you can take advantage of this. Okay.
Hey, you hear that, boys and girls?
Who the hell are you talking to?
Whoever's over there commenting, just like, you hear that, boys and girls?
See, I can't see that on my screen. I don't know what they're saying. Oh my goodness gracious.
Someone was asking about Doge as well. Forget Doge for now. Just to
Yeah.
play with Pepe.
Again, whenever Doge or Shiba takes a run high, take advantage. And again, when I started to do this on January 1st forward, they warned me and told me not to be greedy. And yeah, I get out at 35. I screw up. Sometimes it's 38. Sometimes I get out as 32.
Yeah.
But not to be greedy. And every time it comes right back down again. So it's, we can play with this stuff, okay, until things start to happen. It's like, do you find it a little strange that they still have not decided in court on XRP?
I know. Well, like, what's the chances of this?
Well, again,
Everything is all tied together. Like I was saying earlier with the court thing, with the election, like it's all just nothing happened. Nothing happened. And all of a sudden, oh yeah, reversal. We got to do this. Whoa, all together, huh?
yeah.
Lots of pieces to this moving machine.
There is. And when it comes to this stuff, when we're really taking off, please understand that means there's a shitstorm going on. Okay. I mean, it is. And you have to be very, very wise here. So where else you want to go, Joseph? Considering you're steering.
Yeah. So we're in, let's see, today's the 14th. We're halfway through May. We had this stuff with Hunter Biden come out, but nothing has happened yet. They didn't indict him yet. That's a big piece of the timeline. We're not going to go there, but I'm just waiting to hear that something about him being indicted at least. That would get us, I think, going pretty quick. So I don't know.
You know what? With everything that we've been watching, could have happened anytime. Yeah. It's like, holy shit. It really is unbelievable with what we're watching. And it's really unbelievable when you think about how deep this really is, with this conspiracy theory. Nobody is bringing it on to the main channels. Way back when Joe and I would talk, I would always bring up that in order to wipe out the tree of evil, they had to expose the roots.
Yeah.
And this has gone on for 1,000 years, 2,000 years. This is really, really deep. And I know everybody just wants us over instantly. It ain't going to happen like that. We're going to go through some things. But like I say, with the weather systems and the geological things that are going to take place, I think we're going to see things pop off in a manner that it's like, what is the odds of that? Okay. And we just sit back and hang in there, be smart, be very, very careful with what's going on with the banking systems.
Did you see Mitch the other day, McConnell? He's standing by that. There was a guy like on a podium or giving a press conference in the halls of Congress or something, and he's off to his like left shoulder, which would be on that side of the screen. And he's just like complete, like he had this, kind of sad, just like he didn't know, like he was out of his mind. He just sitting there like this. And I'm like, and the camera like zooms in, looks at him like, what's he doing? What's happening? Some other guy that nobody even knows is talking, and there's Mitch just. And then I see Dianne Feinstein. Oh, she's back, but she's in a wheelchair now. And I saw her face, and it was like, it looked like Sloth from the Goonies, just like.
Come on!
I'm like,
Sloth was a good guy.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Sorry about that, Sloth.
Absolutely. I love you,
Chunk.
He's awesome.
Yeah, just
see. Okay, so I want to say something about that. All right, when it comes to that man, that's a snake in the grass, and I told you what I saw with him. All right.
Yeah.
there's people, I'm not even gonna call them people, that there's beings that walk around the White House. There's beings that walk around some important castles, if you know where I'm going. Okay. And these are powers that have been here for quite a while. Okay. And that control so much. That's why sometimes you see certain people disappear for a little bit and they come back and they got black eyes. They look like their hands have been beaten to death and all this. All right. So there's a huge control aspect. And I get it. You know, you want some of these people to speak truth. But they're totally in fear of death. I get it. I get it. You know, so what do? You know, and a lot of these people, I think at heart, are good people. They've been captured and
Like blackmailed.
you know, they have families and stuff. And I honestly, I get it. It's such a crappy place to be, you know. And so in my heart, I have to throw forgiveness out there, no matter what, whatever journey they're on, kind of like all of us. We're here for this moment of time to go through what I keep saying, the revelations. You know, when Spirit brought me to that church, it told me it was behind the pulpit, that crazy stuff. Come on. It brought me to revelations.
Yeah.
Revelations. What's the odds of that? And I come quickly. Come on, man. Okay. This is huge. You know, it's like an incredible trail that thousands and thousands of your Patreon and your people that visit this, visit us here, have watched over the last couple of years with such amazement that bottom line, you all have seen such supernatural things occurring, okay, in so many oddball of different ways that I say to you, this ain't the time to give up hope in your heart and have an understanding, okay? It has to work its way out. And we're going to go through things. That's why be very, very smart. I know a lot of people out there that they didn't take advantage of licking their ice cream at the right times. Hey, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
And they want to pay their homes off and things like that. So I say this is if you have the ability, and this goes for rentals or if you own, is try to get yourself a few months ahead on those payments if you can. So don't look at paying the whole thing off, but if you can get a month ahead, then 2 months ahead, then 3 months ahead, when all these crazy things occur, you're not going to have to worry about it, and hopefully it'll turn over fast. Do you know what I'm saying? But at least it buys you time, and that's what you need, because everybody's waiting for the great white horse to come in and give them everything that they need financially and da da da. It's not going to work that way. It just isn't, because as you all see, we're coming to an incredible intersection here of humanity. Okay, and these things are going to happen. But if you can ride, wow, Spirit just gave me a song. That's crazy. They just gave me a song, Riders on the Storm. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to listen to it now, you know, and find out there must be more to it. Whatever.
I think, is that the Moody Blues or something? Is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Riders on the Storm.
Yeah.
Riders on the Storm.
Yeah. So when it comes, you know, when I'm interacting like this,
The Doors, Jim Morrison and the Doors.
Okay, things come through me, and it's like I just say it. It's like, here, All right. So there's got to be something within those words of verbiage that we need to listen to. Okay. Whatever it may be. But I thought that caught me off guard. And it's like, here you go. You know, whatever I get, I just throw it out.
Well, it could be the storm is upon us thing too, coming soon.
I think the storm's been on us.
Yeah.
And that's like the summer of change. Half the month is over. And look at what's happened in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Quite a bit
All
of
right.
big stuff.
And I kept saying, whatever this thing is, and I know this was in March, that it's happening at the end of May. And like everything is leading up to these things and coming forward. It's an incredible time. It's very interesting. So.
Well, that girl Tori had said recently, she said, she goes, Brennan is going to be doing a perp walk. John Brennan is going to be doing a perp walk. And she goes, it might be maybe in May, but if not, for sure, June, he's going to do a perp walk.
Yeah. Well, we're so on the verge of a lot of things. And, when they told me that we were going to go into the summer of change, I kind of took it lightly, yeah, I know things are changing by the day. But then they were very boisterous with me, no, you're going to have the summer of change. So the way I'm feeling into that emotional is that we're going to have change here in this nation and the world that literally will change the way we are or what we're doing. We're coming into a new thing. And understand, we're evolving. Our planet is evolving. Yeah. All right. So everything is changing and everything is moving. It really is. It's an incredible time to be alive. And, do what you can to enjoy what you can. And because, things happen very quickly. So,
I come quickly.
Yeah. Actually, just over these last 3 weeks, I have lost so many people that I know. And some that are ready to go.
You mean like I died suddenly?
Remember I told you all the ambulances went by my house and they all called me, what we'll do to you, all right? And, 60 years old, just standing there, drops dead. A lot of that's going on. And the other thing that's really going on is stage 4 cancers. I mean, so fast, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people. I'm almost in double figures, and that's in the last 3 weeks.
Wow.
And, what the hell? So this type of thing, and I know Cliff has brought it up, that within his family or things that he's lost quite a few people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's not like these people are close friends of mine. They're more of either people I've done business with, acquaintances, but somebody, a friend, but not like somebody close. But you're watching it, you just, and that got me today as I was driving by the I was driving by I'll call them the burial grounds of Washington. Okay. And all these vehicles are lined up and I'm looking up there and you just go, there goes another one, and I know this is going to hit a lot of people. And I know back in January, I told you all that they said millions upon millions upon millions will be leaving this year, but in many different ways. And I believe a lot of them have to do with geological and atmospheric issues. and then whatever else we're dealing with here. Um, so we're all gonna. Have you been touched yet from people close to you that you know that
Believe it or not, I've lucked out
you
with,
you've been okay?
yeah,
Yeah,
yep. And same with my dad, my mom and dad too. I guess haven't had anybody around them pass,
yeah,
but most of us are in Florida. Most of the people we know is in Florida anyways, and it seemed like a lot of people lucked out over here. Not everybody, but you know,
yeah,
quite a few.
yeah. I, I think when it starts to happen in your area, that it'll be inundated with people because it's almost like a timing that this is when they did whatever they did, and it's like groups of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be very
Yeah,
careful right
yeah.
now, and I think that's what it is in different parts of our nation that, or neighborhoods, or places that all of a sudden heavy groupings of them will go one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I just believe it's timing or whenever they've come in contact with whatever they've come in contact with.
Yeah. Certain batches.
However you want to say it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to be very careful
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I say here.
Yeah.
You know. Um, okay, I don't want to go. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to. Where do you want to go, Joseph? People asking for anything or
Nothing in particular.
okay.
Yeah, no, just someone asked, is the pole shift still on the horizon? Which I don't think you and I have ever talked pole shift per se.
Well, I really believe that's also connected to the crossing of the planets.
Hmm.
And again, you could say, well, that's the girl. Okay, you can call it whatever you want, and maybe it is. Okay, but they never use those words with me, so I don't use it. They've always called it crossing of the planets, and this is going to change everything on our planet, and that's why all the. Do you remember quite a while where I was doing an interview with you, I think JC too. I and people were talking about they seeing all the red lights under the ocean and the UFOs, and I said, no, those are volcanoes. Do you remember me saying
Hmm.
that? And that's I have a funny feeling the summer of change will be,
Well, I'll tell you something, Cliff. A long time ago in his web body had this thing called the Global Coastal Event.
oh, that's gonna
And
happen.
he's at one point after I think the 2011 earthquake that caused the big flooding, Indonesia, I think, or no, Japan. It was either that one or the Indonesian one. He was like, "Oh, that's it. That was the one." And yeah, that's it. And I'm going,
No,
it's not what your data described. Like, I don't think that's it. But he was like, "Yeah, no, yeah, that's it. That's done." Well, recently he had done one of these audios, and he said, I've relooked at this, and it's not. It didn't happen yet.
right.
And he said, what I'm understanding now is I believe this is going to come from undersea volcanoes, which will
When
displace
did he say
mass
that?
very recently, like within a week, I think.
Yeah,
And he said, that's going to be what causes the sea to bounce around. It's going to be the undersea volcanoes. And he
yeah,
had a couple of examples of something recent. So I'm like, yes, now we're talking. Because I was like, even though he's the master of his own machine, I'm going, and my body and souls tell me, no, it never happened. It's going to happen, but that it didn't happen yet.
right. Yeah,
And now he's back on board with, he explained a bit why he got it wrong and just said, hey, it is what it is, but I think I'm back on track now with it.
yeah.
And I think he's right.
Well,
It's kind of like what you're talking about.
yeah, he didn't get it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just the timeline of it, and it's kind of like when you get something from spirit, right, Joe, and you go, oh, that's it, and that brings me back to the guy I made fun of that got swallowed by the whale. They
Yeah.
said, pay attention to this. It's like it was the never-ending story, which ended up at a church chasing this 222 thing, right? And I believe Cliff is the same way. that understanding when whatever he does, that it's, you could get part A, part B, part C, but it continues and lingers to the point to achieve the full aspect of what he's looking at. And I absolutely, when we were talking about seeing the red thing coming, I think that was in the Atlantic Ocean. People said that they saw it and they said those are UFOs and all that shit. And I said, no, it's volcanoes. But one of the biggest things that I saw from that is that the storms on the east and west coast would get bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I kept getting is it's because of these things, and there's more to come, and doesn't, we can make it through that. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just, here we go, the summer of change. And I'm still waiting for, do you remember when I told you, Joe, go get yourself some really cheap masks?
Oh, yeah. What? I'm like, why? For what?
All right. But what happened within 5 days, a dust storm came, right?
Yeah. Unheard of in Florida. Yeah.
And so we're all thinking, okay, that's it. Oh, horse shit. That's not it. Was that a tip? Yeah, that was kind of like, here, take a bite of this. Oh,
yeah, get these now. And then all of a sudden, COVID, you're going to have these. You got to go use it in some of these damn stores. Oh, well, I guess I already got some.
Yeah, they just passed the law, right? A week after that. But I know that with the things that are going to start to occur, that we actually are going to need some of those masks. So believe it or not, even though, I'm against that horse shit for what they were using it for, it's still really good for larger particulates, right? And I think we're going to be dealing with that type of stuff. So all you people that don't have them or whatever, you really should. All right. I really believe with whatever happens with fires or whatever, that you will need that, but you'll be using it for the proper way, not
not virus crap.
No. Like, I don't know who made the quote, but I laughed when I saw it. Somebody out there said that's like having a chain link fence to keep mosquitoes out. Yeah. Well, it's true.
Yeah.
That's stupid. All right.
Yeah, like, here's the size of the virus and here's the size of the threads in the mask, and it's just simple math. Like,
right. But using it for the right reason, with how cheap they are, you're better off having a bunch of them and just leave them there instead of just looking at, well, that was the most stupidest thing. No, I believe we're going to need them.
Yeah. And speaking of the mask, I just want to say to everybody, no, not gas masks, just regular masks. Isn't it amazing? There are 8 billion people on the planet. And when COVID hit, nowhere ran out of masks. There was somehow enough masks for 8 billion people plus, because we all used them and threw them away. We had boxes of them. They never had a shortage of them. We always had masks. You couldn't do that on a planet wide scale.
Right.
Unless you ordered them in advance.
Right.
So just thought I'd mention that. It's kind of interesting.
And everything that happens is happening for a reason, and they're utilizing it for their team. All right. The control mechanism, never mind who made all the money. And that's why I said before, you will never get true television programming, I use the word programming, until you eliminate the number one buyers of commercials. Yep. Right? Who's the number one buyers?
Pharmaceuticals.
That's right. That's right. So there you have it. Everything is being controlled and bought in different ways, however it is. And it is what it is. But you know what? A lot of these people are becoming very educated, and that's why I say go within. Calm your spirit, calm your soul, and listen and connect with the higher beings. All right. Connect with the creator and the beings that work with the creator. Just silence yourself. Find that calmness. Just don't sit in the sun as long as I do when you do it. Okay. I was waking up. Somebody cook a chicken. Ah!
That's me.
Oh man. It does make that white beard stand out though.
Yeah. I was gonna say, maybe like you got the white shirt with the red thing, like your
I'm telling
face.
you.
It's like,
Am I
this guy
color
matches
coordinated right
fantastic.
now?
Yeah, heck yeah. The
This is
glasses,
what-
everything.
That's it. This is what Santa does in its off time. Okay.
Right, he's tired of the snow. When that sun comes out, he's out there. He gets burned on the first day.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. I was wearing short sleeves when I hit 49.
Well, we've been at it about an hour, so I think we kind of covered everything for now. Just
Yeah.
we'll
Let
do
everybody
it
go
again.
back and be kind to the mothers because,
Yep.
man, all the mothers of the world, let's face it, they really put up with a lot of shit. I
Yeah.
gotta admit it. You know,
Guaranteed.
absolutely. You know, they just do so much. So anytime that we can give back to that situation, I think is a beautiful thing.
Yep.
And just hang in there. We're going to have a lot of ups and downs, but May is not over yet.
Yep.
And if where we are after 14 days of May, I don't know, Joe. I think the end of May could be a little.
Yeah, we might be back on for a live stream sooner than you expect.
That'll be good timing, you know.
Yeah.
All right, I have nothing else.
Yep.
In that respect,
Yeah, we're good.
are we good?
We're good. So all y'all, we had about 3,000 people watching, and we'll be back with you guys when the need arises again. Yeah, which again, got a feeling it might be sooner rather than later. We'll be out here chatting again.
Yeah, it's going to be sooner. Yeah,
another half a month to go at the end of the May, and it's probably going to be very interesting.
Yeah,
So
everybody just be careful. Don't get in arguments with people.
Yeah.
Okay, don't go down that road.
Yeah, don't trigger them. Yeah, we talked about that. Don't trigger them.
Please don't, because these energies that are coming in are really messing with people's minds, and without a doubt they are becoming bipolar and very, very aggressive. Please, all of you out there, you're the ones chosen to get through this and come out the backside of this. All right, this is the key. This is not the end; it's the beginning. Okay, so
right, you are the golden child. I want the knife. You ever seen that one with Eddie Murphy? The golden child.
I know is I gotta go. Holy moly!
It's like a piece of skin. I can feel it.
Joe, let me touch it. Oh!
Go ahead, just get it all out. Moly. All right, everybody. We will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for coming on.
Check out Riders on the Storm. I want to hear those words. So
yeah, go look up the lyrics.
Yeah. I'd like to find out what that is. All right.
See you next time,
my friends.